Hey everyone, welcome to this study hour on design patterns. I'm preparing a video on this and I want to understand more on what are these design patterns about. Let's do it together. Let me share my screen and let's together understand what these design patterns are. Okay, let me type design patterns. Let's look at these first links which we get. I'll also put this in the chat so that it will be easy for you to refer later. Or let me create it separately. Design patterns. We'll start with the first one, which is this. Stop sharing, let me share the entire screen, which would be much better. Your entire window. Hope you can now see. Yeah. So let's see this first thing. What is design patterns? I'll save these. I'll share all these links separately. I'll add them in the description. What are design patterns? Design patterns are typical solutions to common problems in software design. Design patterns are solutions to common problems. Each pattern is like a blueprint that you can customize to solve a particular design problem in your code. Okay. Classified by their complexity, level of detail, scale of application. Complexity, level of detail, and scale of application. They can be categorized by their intent into different three groups. Benefits. Toolkit. Solutions to common problems. They define a common language that helps your team communicate more efficiently. They divide into three groups. Let's see the benefits first. Why should I learn patterns? Tried and tested solutions. These are tried and tested solutions. They worked for others previously, and we believe that they would work for us as well. Okay. Tried and tested solution and common language so that everyone speaks the same language in a project. Very important. Okay. And then let's go back to the classification. Provide object creation mechanism that increase flexibility, reuse of existing code. Structural problem patterns explain to assemble objects and class into larger structures while keeping these structures flexible and efficient. Behavioral patterns take care of effective communication and the assignment of responsibilities between objects. Okay, primarily this author is categorizing three, which are creational, structural, and behavioral. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next one. Design patterns tutorial. It says software design patterns are important tools developers providing proven solutions to control and encounter during software development. The key characteristics are reusability, standardization, efficiency, flexibility. Why learn design patterns? Okay, type creational, structural, behavioral. Okay, I think these are the common ways of segregation which we are repeatedly seeing. So let me capture that. Okay, and also this website. Okay, creational design pattern, singleton, factory method, proven pattern, builder pattern, abstract. Okay, typically useful when it's necessary to separate construction or object from the use of design pattern objects introduced without having to define exact class. This is much detailed. Behavioral patterns. Okay, observe a whole lot of different patterns. Okay, chain of responsibility method, command method, interpreted. Let me add a comment on this link that this is much more detailed with a lot of examples. Okay, let's move on to let's see what wiki is saying. In software engineering, software design pattern or design pattern is a general reusable solution and common technique for software design. Okay, history, practice, motives, domain specific patterns, object-oriented programming, abstract factory builder, factory method, structural patterns, behavioral patterns. There are a lot which, as a technical program or a project manager, would be difficult to have them on top of mind. Criticism. Let's also use ChatGPT and see what does it say after this. This website is looking similar like to the previous one, what we have seen. Okay. Catalog of design patterns. Very intuitive designed website. Factory method. Wow. This is great. Good. Wow. Design patterns. Refactoring Guru. What was the earlier design patterns? It's the same website. Okay, we stopped only here, but okay, there is a lot. There is a book available. Okay. Singleton. Problem solution, real structure, pseudocode. How to implement pros and cons. Code examples. Great. Cool. Let's look at ChatGPT. I am a technical project manager handling a software team. Explain me about design patterns. Explain me about design patterns and a TPM's role as a facilitator, and to have working knowledge on design patterns. Let's see what it gives. What are design patterns? Proven reusable solutions. Think of those template or best practices and not the exact code. So it's gonna play example. If a team keeps building a model that needs to ensure only one instance of a class exists, like a global configuration, singleton pattern, observer pattern, types of design patterns, creational, structural, behavioral. Okay, how objects are created, structural, how objects are composed to form larger structures, behavioral, how objects communicate and collaborate. Okay, TPM's role as a facilitator, enable good design discussions, organize design review meetings where developers can discuss which pattern to use. So basically, we need to organize design review meetings, ensure all stakeholders are present. Very important. Prevents ad hoc decisions and future rework. Clarify requirements. Work with product owner. Ensure functional, non-functional requirements are clear. Scalability, performance, maintainability. This helps devs to choose the right pattern. Ask the right questions. Will this approach scale? How easy will it be to extend later? Is this pattern over engineered? Okay, got it. So ask the right questions about scalability, maintainability. Document, maintain lightweight design decision log, capturing which patterns were used and why. Facilitate knowledge sharing sessions, brown bag sessions. Okay, working knowledge. DPM, you don't need to code the pattern, but you should understand their intent and impact enough to follow conversations in design reviews. Factory builder, what's the difference? Spot potential over engineering, facilitate cross team discussions. Okay, be a bridge for product and technical solutions. Building a notification system without a pattern, developers hard code notification logic in multiple places. Without a pattern, developers hard code notification logic. With observer pattern, there's a clean publisher subscriber mechanism, and adding a new notification channel is easy. As TPM, you will ask, we'll be adding new notification channels later. Facilitate. Let's do a quick design review to see if observer pattern fits. Document, capture this in Confluence. Okay, know enough to ask good questions, not run solutions. For creation, document, documentation, support, continuous learning. I'll try to say, give me more details on sections 3 to 5. Okay, your biggest contribution is creating an environment where right decisions, design decisions get made at the right time. Okay, enable good design discussions. What to do? Schedule design reviews. Invite the right mix of people. Share agenda inputs beforehand. Requirements. Consider possible approaches. Encourage your team to use whiteboards or tools for visual thinking. Okay. Clarify requirement. Developers can't choose the right unless they know the constraints. Functional requirement. What exactly the system must do? Non-functional performance can made security. Ask the right questions during design discussion. Will this approach make it easier to add a new feature in 6 months? When pattern is proposed, are we solving a real problem? When comparing others, which option aligns better with our scalability requirements? When reviewing trade-offs, what are the risks if you pick this pattern? Okay. document decisions, knowledge sharing, working knowledge, concept, patterns. Hmm. Okay, let's take note of things and gather requirements, facilitate design session, design document, follow up outcome. Cool. I think that was some good understanding. Let's conclude this short study on design pattern. I'll share the links which we have gone through. It's a link in the YouTube video description. Thank you.